Welcome back, chosen one. Before God ushers you into a bold and powerful new beginning, He's preparing you in ways you may not fully understand yet. Have you ever felt like your life was crashing down, only to discover it was God's way of rebooting your spirit for something greater? It's like a divine reset, frustrating in the moment, but essential for unlocking your highest potential. Take a moment to reflect. The greatest triumphs are often born from the greatest struggles. Drop $9.99 in the comments below if you've ever felt the weight of transformation. Your courage to engage with this sacred message is deeply appreciated, as are the heartfelt contributions from those who have supported this ministry through super thanks. Your generosity enables this message of hope to reach countless souls. Thank you for being a light in this journey. Now, let's uncover the mystery of what God is doing in your life. He's not just fixing minor flaws or tweaking your character. He's orchestrating a divine makeover, turning your imperfections into the foundation for His masterpiece. Are you ready to embrace this transformation? Let's dive deeper into how God is rebooting your baddest alter ego and repurposing it for a future filled with boldness, purpose, and power. God's chosen ones, God is rebooting your baddest alter ego for a bold and powerful new beginning. Number 1. Your alter ego isn't evil, it's unfinished. Chosen 1. Have you ever wondered if the parts of yourself you've labeled as bad aren't flaws but untapped power waiting to be shaped? That side of you, the reckless, rebellious, or even destructive part, isn't a mistake. It's simply a version of you that hasn't been fully developed yet. Imagine it as an engine with incredible horsepower, but no steering wheel. It's powerful, yes, but without direction, it feels chaotic. Your baddest alter ego isn't something to fear or be ashamed of. It's raw, unrefined potential that God sees as valuable. When God begins His reboot of your spirit, He's not discarding these parts of you. Instead, He's taking what others have judged and misunderstood and transforming it into something extraordinary. Think of the Apostle Paul. Before his divine encounter with Jesus on the road to Damascus, Paul, then known as Saul, was a man driven by misguided zeal. He persecuted Christians, believing he was serving God. But when God intervened, He didn't erase Saul's fiery passion. Instead, He redirected it. The very traits that made Saul feared, his boldness, his unrelenting drive, were transformed into tools for spreading the gospel. In Acts 9:15, the Lord said of Paul, "This man is my chosen instrument to proclaim my name to the Gentiles and their kings and to the people of Israel." What the world saw as destruction, God saw as destiny. Now, apply that to your own life. The very traits that people criticize or misunderstand in you might be the ones God plans to use to change the world. The fire in your attitude, it's the courage to stand firm, the defiance others couldn't comprehend. It's the leadership that refuses to bow to injustice, that loud, unapologetic energy. It's not meant to be silenced, it's meant to inspire. This divine reboot isn't about erasing who you are. It's about refining and aligning every part of you. God isn't in the business of mediocrity. He takes the chaotic, the unfinished, and the misunderstood and turns it into unstoppable purpose. Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." The boldness that once scared people will become a divine strength. The rebellion you thought was a flaw will evolve into the courage to lead. The chaos you carried will transform into unmatched creativity, infused with purpose. Chosen 1. What if the very traits you've tried to suppress are the gifts God has been waiting to refine? So stop running from your bad side. Stop silencing the parts of you that feel too raw or too much. It's not bad, it's incomplete. You've been holding a rough diamond this entire time, and now, through God's process, it's about to be polished into brilliance. Like Paul, God is not finished with you. This isn't the end of your alter ego. It's the beginning of its transformation. It's the moment when your unfinished side becomes unstoppable, undeniable, and perfectly aligned with your divine calling? Will you let God refine and repurpose every part of you, even the pieces you thought were unredeemable? The reboot isn't just a second chance, it's a divine rewrite of your destiny. Are you ready to let God complete the masterpiece He's already started? Number 2, rebellion is a precursor to revelation. Chosen one, have you ever stopped to consider that your moments of rebellion, the times when you felt defiant, reckless, or completely misunderstood, weren't just mistakes, they were sparks. Those moments weren't random or accidental. They were the starting points of something far greater, something you couldn't yet see. Rebellion isn't the problem, it's the trigger for revelation. It's what forces you to question everything, to shake off complacency, and to break free from the ordinary. That restlessness you felt, that discomfort in your spirit. It wasn't a coincidence, it was divine. It was God stirring your soul, waking up the extraordinary within you. Consider the story of Jonah. When God called Jonah to go to Nineveh, Jonah rebelled and ran the other way. He boarded a ship trying to escape God's plan. His rebellion led to chaos, a storm so fierce it endangered everyone aboard. But even in the belly of a great fish, Jonah's rebellion became his turning point. It was in that dark, confined space that Jonah prayed, repented, and received revelation. Jonah 2:2 says, "In my distress I called to the Lord, and He answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead I called for help, and you listened to my cry." Jonah's rebellion wasn't the end of his story. It was the beginning of his transformation. Your story is no different. Your bad decisions, fights, and moments of chaos weren't wasted. They were lessons disguised in messy packaging. Sometimes you have to crash into the wall at full speed to realize you're running in the wrong direction. And when you do, that's when God begins His reboot. God doesn't punish rebellion. He redeems it. He takes that raw energy, that fiery resistance, and transforms it into resilience. He turns your mistakes into momentum. What others called your wild side or your baddest alter ego wasn't truly bad. It was your soul crying out for more meaning, more truth, more alignment with the person God created you to be. And now your cry has been heard. God isn't stepping in to silence you. He's stepping in to guide you. He's not interested in taming you. He's interested in transforming you. Isaiah 61:3 beautifully captures this transformation, saying, "To bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair." God takes what seemed broken, chaotic, or rebellious and uses it to build something extraordinary. What if your rebellion was never about breaking rules, but about breaking molds? Rebellion breaks the old, but revelation builds the new. Those moments when you felt most lost, most chaotic, and most out of place were actually the moments you were closest to discovering your purpose. Your defiance wasn't a mistake. It was the spark that set the stage for God's flame. Chosen one. 1. What if the moments you've been running from are the very moments God wants to use? Your rebellion was the beginning, but God's reboot is the fire that will refine you. You're not just coming back stronger. You're coming back with clarity, focus, and a flame that no one and nothing can extinguish. This is your time to step into the revelation God has prepared for you. Are you ready? Number 3. Reboot, not reset. Chosen one, have you ever asked yourself why God doesn't just erase the past and start over in your life? It's because a reset would mean wiping away everything, including the lessons, the growth, and the purpose hidden in your struggles. God isn't interested in erasing you. He's far more intentional than that. What He's doing is a reboot, a divine recalibration that keeps every experience, every failure, and every triumph, transforming them into the masterpiece He always intended. Think about Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned. His life seemed like a series of irredeemable failures. But God didn't reset Joseph's story. He rebooted it. Every hardship Joseph endured became a stepping stone to his ultimate purpose, saving countless lives during a famine. In Genesis 50:20, Joseph declares, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph's history wasn't erased. It was transformed into his greatest leverage. What about you, chosen one? Have you considered that every mistake, heartbreak, and bad decision in your life might actually be part of God's greater design? What if the moments you thought disqualified you are the very tools God plans to use for your transformation? Your struggles aren't liabilities, they're leverage. That failure you thought disqualified you, it's now your testimony. That habit you thought would destroy you, God is flipping it into your breakthrough. When was the last time you stopped to think about how God could use your chaos for good? Imagine this. When a system reboots, it doesn't lose its core. It retains everything necessary to function, but clears out what no longer serves its purpose. That's what God is doing with you. He's keeping your boldness, your grit, and your fire, but He's removing the fear, the doubt, and the distractions. The parts of you that once felt broken or wrong weren't wasted. They were the foundation for this divine overhaul. Romans 8:18 reminds us, "I consider that our present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us." What if every painful moment, every setback, and every struggle wasn't a mistake, but a necessary step in God's plan? What if God is not just rewriting your story, but amplifying it for His glory? This reboot isn't about erasing who you are. It's about stepping into the truest, most powerful version of yourself. God is taking every ounce of your mess and molding it into something extraordinary. The parts of you that once felt unworthy will now become your greatest assets. Chosen one, do you believe this is the moment God has been preparing you for? The time to move forward with divine clarity is now. Number 4. Chosen ones are always uncomfortable in mediocrity. Chosen one, has mediocrity ever felt like it fit you? Deep down, you already know the answer. It's not because you're arrogant or think you're better than others. It's because you were designed for something greater. That constant itch, that restless energy, that persistent thought of, "This can't be it," is not a coincidence. It's destiny whispering to your soul, refusing to let you settle. This discomfort isn't a curse. It's confirmation. It's proof that you're chosen. While others might find comfort in the routine, you feel unsettled because mediocrity was never meant to be your home. In 1 Peter 2:9, the Bible declares, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light." You were set apart for a reason, and that gnawing unease is God's way of calling you out of the shadows. Mediocrity might feel safe, but it's not where you belong. That urge to play it small, to blend in, or to dim your light, God is stripping it away piece by piece. Chosen ones can't hide forever, because purpose demands boldness. Your reboot isn't just about improvement, it's about alignment. It's God pulling you out of the middle ground and onto a path that demands your full potential. Have you ever felt like you're being pushed to rise higher, even when you'd rather stay in your comfort zone? Consider the story of Gideon. When God called Gideon to deliver Israel from the Midianites, Gideon saw himself as inadequate. In Judges 6:15, Gideon replied, "Pardon me, my Lord," Gideon replied, "but how can I save Israel? My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my family." Yet God didn't leave Gideon in mediocrity. He pushed him out of obscurity, saying in Judges 6:12, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Gideon's discomfort wasn't a sign of failure, it was a sign of calling. Chosen one, the same is true for you. Mediocrity was never designed to hold you. Yes, stepping out is unsettling. Yes, breaking free from the limits of routine is uncomfortable. But this unease you feel, it's destiny refusing to let you shrink. Your reboot is here to ensure you rise to the level you were always meant for. no matter how hard you've tried to resist. This is your moment. Are you ready to embrace the process, to step out of the shadows, and to walk boldly into the extraordinary life God has designed for you? The discomfort is not going away. It's there to remind you that you were made for more. Remember Philippians 3:14. I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus. Will you press forward and answer the call? Number 5. The baddest version of you had to break first. Chosen one, have you ever stopped to ask why the strongest, boldest, and most rebellious version of yourself, the one built from survival, ego, and desperation, had to fall apart? That version of you wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an error in your design. It was a necessary experiment crafted to navigate the chaos you faced in life. That version wasn't meant to last forever. It was meant to teach you what doesn't work. But here's the truth. Its breaking wasn't failure. It was the setup for God's greatest transformation in you. Let's step back and look at your journey. That version of you, forged in rebellion and fueled by pain, was designed to endure survival mode. It got you through the storms and chaos, but it wasn't sustainable. The foundation it stood on, whether it was fear, pride, or self-reliance, wasn't aligned with the person God created you to be. And so, it had to break. Not because you failed, but because you were being prepared for something far greater. Have you ever thought about why God allows us to build parts of ourselves that He knows won't last? It's because He doesn't waste a single moment of your journey. He lets you construct those versions of yourself, the ones fueled by ego, survival, and desperation, so you can experience their limits. You had to see for yourself what couldn't hold under pressure, and when it all came crashing down, it wasn't a punishment, it was a divine intervention. Think about Peter, one of Jesus' closest disciples. Peter was bold, brash, and self-assured. When he promised Jesus he would never deny him, Peter's confidence was rooted in his own strength. But when Peter denied Jesus 3 times, as foretold, he broke. Luke 22:62 tells us that Peter wept bitterly in his failure. That moment of breaking wasn't the end of Peter's story, it was his transformation. In Acts 2, we see Peter preaching boldly and leading thousands to Christ, not in his own strength, but in the power of God. Your story mirrors this. The collapse of the baddest version of you wasn't a punishment, it was a calculated collapse. Have you noticed how breaking is often the most clarifying experience in life? It strips away the distractions, the illusions, and the facades you've built. It reveals the cracks in your foundation and forces you to rebuild with purpose. Without the breaking, you wouldn't have the clarity to see where God is leading you now. That bold, rebellious version of you was never intended to be the final chapter. It was a necessary phase, a teacher, not a destination. Without it, you wouldn't understand the power of the version God is creating now. Every crack, every failure, every moment of breaking was part of God's process to refine you. 2 Corinthians 4:16-17 says, Therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. God lets us exhaust every strategy, every shortcut, and every option, so that when He steps in to reboot us, we know it's real. That baddest version of you was bold, yes. It was fearless, yes. But it wasn't aligned. Its breaking was necessary because the parts of you that shattered weren't meant to survive the process. The lessons they left behind, however, were. Chosen one, can you see it now? The fall wasn't a failure, it was preparation. Breaking wasn't the end of your story, it was the opening chapter of God's masterpiece in you. You're not broken, you're being rebuilt. And this time the foundation isn't ego or survival, it's God's truth, courage, and alignment. What if every collapse was calculated to prepare you for this exact moment? This is your breakthrough. The version of you that God is shaping now isn't just bold and fearless, it's unstoppable, unshakable, and fully aligned with His purpose. Will you embrace the transformation? Will you allow the breaking to give way to the building of something extraordinary? The baddest version of you had to break first so that God could reveal the masterpiece you were always meant to be. Number 6. The divine. Downloads are already happening. Chosen. 1. The reboot you've been anticipating isn't something in the distant future. It's already in progress. Can you feel it? The restless nights when your mind races, the sudden insights that seem to come out of nowhere, and the gut feelings you can't ignore. These aren't random. They are divine downloads, spiritual updates from God, preparing you for what's next. God doesn't wait for grand, dramatic moments to start working on you. His process is already unfolding in subtle but powerful ways. That sudden insomnia, it's not just stress, it's your spirit waking up. Have you noticed how the quiet hours at night often bring the clearest thoughts? Those are moments when God is speaking directly to your soul, planting ideas, strategies, and solutions. He's fine-tuning you even when you're not fully aware of it. Consider Samuel in the Bible. As a boy, he heard God calling him in the quiet of the night. At first, he didn't recognize the voice, thinking it was Eli, the priest. But in 1 Samuel 3:10, when Samuel finally said, "Speak, for your servant is listening," he opened himself to divine instruction that would shape his destiny. What if those restless nights you've been experiencing are God's way of calling you? Are you listening? Those flashes of clarity you feel, the ones that pierce through your doubt, aren't coincidences. They are divine whispers, reminding you that you're on the right path, the gut feelings that won't let go. That's your inner compass, recalibrated by God to align with His purpose for your life. Proverbs 3:6 encourages us, "In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your paths straight." These instincts are God's way of guiding you, step by step, toward the extraordinary life He has prepared for you. Are you paying attention to these subtle downloads? They won't come with flashing lights or loud announcements. They're the ideas that keep tugging at your heart, the truths that hit you harder than usual, and the sudden, undeniable urge to pivot. Whether it's cutting ties with what no longer serves you or stepping boldly into new opportunities. This is God's way of rebooting you in real time, piece by piece, without waiting for you to fully catch up. It's happening in the small shifts you feel every day. Isaiah 43:19 reminds us, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." You don't need to wait for a massive, life-altering moment to know the reboot is here. It's already unfolding. Will you lean into it? These downloads aren't random. They are deliberate preparations for something far greater than you can imagine. Each update is drawing you closer to the version of yourself that God always intended. Chosen one, will you embrace the process? Will you trust the whispers, the nudges, and the insights that seem to come from nowhere? This is your moment to step into alignment with your purpose. The reboot isn't just coming, it's here. Lean in, listen, and let God finish what He's already started. Number 7. God isn't polishing you, He's amplifying you. Chosen one, have you ever felt like people wanted you to tone it down? To be softer, quieter, or more acceptable? Society loves to push this narrative, to fit in, to play it safe, to blend into the background. But here's the truth. God didn't create you to be palatable for others. He created you to be powerful for His purpose. This reboot isn't about polishing away your edges. It's about amplifying them. The parts of you that others said were too much. Your fire, your intensity, your boldness are not being erased. They're being transformed. God is taking those unapologetic traits and turning up the volume. That fire in you that made others uncomfortable. It's becoming your power, the intensity that people didn't know how to handle. It's becoming your greatest strength. What if the very traits you were criticized for are the ones God is using to shape your purpose? Think about Moses. He wasn't eloquent or polished. In Exodus 4:10, Moses even said to God, "Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue." Yet God didn't make Moses quieter or smoother. He amplified Moses' voice through purpose and power. With God's help, Moses didn't just speak, he led an entire nation to freedom. Chosen one. God is doing the same with you. He's not diluting your energy or smoothing out your intensity. He's refining it into unshakable courage, unwavering faith, and a story so powerful it will inspire others. The parts of you that people said were too much were never the problem. They were preparation. You had to walk through the unapologetic, messy parts of yourself to learn what true strength and authenticity look like. Have you ever considered that the boldness you've been suppressing is the key to fulfilling your purpose? This reboot isn't a makeover, it's a megaphone. God isn't shrinking you or silencing you. He's making you louder, brighter, and fully aligned with your calling. When you walk into a room, your presence will command attention, not for your ego, but for God's glory. Matthew 5:14-16 reminds us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." God's reboot doesn't make you smaller. It makes you shine brighter. The version of you that once scared people, the one that was fiery, intense, and unstoppable, is now the version that will inspire them. This isn't about fitting in, it's about stepping out. This isn't about silencing your voice. It's about amplifying it. Are you ready to own your amplified self unapologetically? God isn't finished with you yet. He's turning every bold, daring, and raw part of you into a force for change. This is your moment to rise, not to blend in, but to stand out in a way that glorifies His purpose. Will you lean into your fire and let God amplify it for His glory? This is the reboot you've been waiting for. Get ready to be unapologetically, undeniably you. Number 8. Rebooted for an era, not a moment. Chosen one, have you realized yet that what God is doing in your life isn't just for today or tomorrow? This reboot isn't a quick fix or a temporary glow-up. God isn't interested in preparing you for a fleeting moment of recognition or a brief window of success. The transformation you're undergoing is far greater. It's about creating a legacy that will outlast you and ripple through generations. Think about Noah. When God instructed him to build the ark, it wasn't for a single moment of applause or short-term success. It was for a purpose that would change the course of history. Hebrews 11:7 says, "By faith, Noah, when warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear built an ark to save his family. By his faith, he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness that is in keeping with faith." Noah's obedience and preparation weren't for a moment, they were for an era. Chosen one, your reboot is just as deliberate and strategic. God isn't rushing or cutting corners with you. He's building something deeply rooted, something that can withstand the tests of time. Have you ever considered that the setbacks, delays, and challenges you've faced were never meant to break you, but to prepare you for this very moment? The world is full of short-lived trends and surface-level fads, but you're not here for that. Your transformation is about creating a foundation so unshakable that it will stand through storms, trials, and the shifting sands of culture. This is about more than applause or recognition. It's about impact. What if the work God is doing in you isn't just for your life, but for countless lives to come? Consider Joseph. His journey from the pit to the palace wasn't quick or easy. Betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned, Joseph endured years of preparation. But when the time came, Joseph rose not just for his own success, but to save nations. Genesis 50:20 reminds us of his perspective. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." God is equipping you for the long game. This transformation is about patience, endurance, and faith in the process. It's about understanding that every closed door, every delay, and every season of being overlooked was part of a greater plan. Have you ever looked back and realized that even your pain had purpose? That the waiting was shaping you for something bigger than you imagined? When this reboot is complete, you won't just rise, you'll redefine what it means to persevere and succeed. People won't just see your transformation, they'll feel its impact long after you're gone. Your life is becoming a beacon, a testimony, and a catalyst for change that will inspire others and shift narratives for generations. Chosen. 1. This isn't about chasing quick wins or temporary applause. This is about stepping into a role so significant that it will influence and inspire the world for years to come. Are you ready to embrace the calling God has placed on your life? Not just for this moment, but for the era He's preparing you for. The world is about to witness the genius of your transformation, and its effects will echo far beyond your lifetime. Number 9. Your haters are watching for a reason. Chosen one. Have you noticed that the people who doubt you the most are often the ones watching you the closest? Every step you take, every bold move you make in this reboot, they're paying attention, waiting, and maybe even hoping for you to stumble. But here's the profound truth. Their skepticism isn't a coincidence, and it's not a threat. It's a part of God's deliberate plan. God isn't just transforming you for your own benefit. He's doing it publicly, with your doubters as an essential part of the audience. Throughout Scripture, God has used doubters and skeptics to highlight His work in His chosen ones. Think of David standing before Goliath, mocked by his own brothers and belittled by the giant. Yet David, in full confidence of God's power, declared in 1 Samuel 17:45, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied." David's victory wasn't just for himself. It was a public display of God's might. Your journey mirrors this. The people waiting for you to fail aren't stumbling blocks. They are witnesses to God's transformative power. Have you ever thought about how God might be using their doubt to amplify your testimony? Their disbelief isn't your downfall, it's your springboard. It's not about proving them wrong, it's about proving God right. God is intentional in His work. He's not interested in small, private transformations that no one notices. This reboot is deliberate, strategic, and public. It's designed to showcase His glory in your life, so that even your critics can't deny His hand at work. Chosen one, your story is following a similar arc. Those who doubted you, underestimated you, or even worked against you are watching for a reason. Their skepticism is being turned into fuel for your elevation. What if their disbelief is not a hindrance but a platform for God to showcase His power? But let's be clear, this transformation isn't about rubbing your success in their faces. It's not about making them regret doubting you. Instead, it's about showing them what's possible when someone surrenders to God's purpose. Whether they admit it or not, they will witness a transformation that is undeniable. Your growth isn't rooted in their approval or disapproval. It's rooted in God's unshakable plan. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." The same people who doubted you will either be inspired by your transformation or humbled by it. But either way, they are part of this story for a reason. Have you stopped to realize how far you've already come? How the very things they mocked are now the foundation of your growth? This reboot isn't just about your personal journey. It's a public demonstration of God's power and purpose. Your haters are watching because God is making sure they see His work in you. The transformation is deliberate, undeniable, and unstoppable. So, let them watch. Chosen. 1. Let their doubt remind you of how far God is taking you. Will you let their skepticism fuel your faith and focus? This isn't just about you. It's about God's glory shining through you. The best is yet to come. And when it does, even your doubters won't be able to look away. Number 10. Your alter ego was the armor not the enemy. Chosen one, have you ever thought that the parts of yourself you labeled as bad or too much weren't actually your enemy? What if they were your armor? That rebellious streak, that fearless attitude, and even the defiance that made others uncomfortable weren't there to hold you back. They were there to hold you together. Those traits were the shield you carried to survive in a world that didn't yet understand your true worth. Your alter ego, the side of you that seemed wild, unapologetic and intense, wasn't a mistake. It was protection. Have you ever wondered how you would have survived without that edge? That armor wasn't keeping you from your destiny. It was keeping you intact until the time was right. It shielded your purpose from being crushed by doubt, rejection, and the weight of expectations. It wasn't perfect, but it was necessary. Think of Moses. Raised in Pharaoh's household, Moses carried both privilege and conflict within himself. His anger led him to kill an Egyptian, and his fear drove him into exile. But those very traits, his boldness, his defiance, and his fiery passion, became the tools God refined to deliver the Israelites. God didn't erase Moses' strength, he transformed it. In Exodus 3:11-12, when Moses doubted himself, God said, "I will be with you, and this will be the sign to you that it is I who have sent you." Moses' flaws were not obstacles, they were the foundation of his calling. The same is true for you. Your alter ego wasn't meant to be your final version. It was the strength you needed to navigate the storms and challenges of life. It was a shield against the pain, doubt, and rejection that could have crushed you. But now God is ready to take that armor, remove its dents, and refine it into something even more powerful. What if the intensity and fire you once feared are the very traits God is transforming into your greatest strengths? This reboot isn't about taking away your boldness, it's about sharpening it. God isn't softening you to make you more acceptable, He's aligning you to make you more effective. The parts of you that seemed raw and untamed are being honed into tools for your purpose. In Proverbs 27:17, it says, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." God is using this process to refine and strengthen you, not to erase who you are, but to reveal your true power. Just as iron must endure heat and friction to become a sharpened tool, your alter ego is being transformed from a defensive shield into a purposeful weapon for His glory. Chosen one, can you see now that the bad side you feared wasn't your enemy but your preparation? God isn't discarding who you are. He's revealing who you were always meant to be. The fire in you, the unapologetic confidence, and even the defiance are being refined into a focused, unstoppable force that will propel you into your destiny. This reboot isn't about softening your edges. It's about sharpening them. It's about turning raw energy into divine power, transforming armor into purpose, and preparing you to step boldly into the life God has called you to. Will you embrace the process and trust that God is revealing your true greatness? The armor has served its purpose, and now it's time to step into the fullness of who you are, stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than ever before. Number 11. The reboot forces the world to reintroduce itself to you. Chosen one, have you ever felt trapped by the world's limited understanding of who you are? For too long, others have underestimated you, misunderstood you, or dismissed you entirely. They thought they had you figured out, boxing you into categories that served their convenience rather than reflecting your truth. But here's the reality. Those outdated perceptions were never your story. They were someone else's projection. Now, through this divine reboot, everything is about to change. The world is about to meet you all over again. The person they thought they knew no longer exists, and the narratives they crafted about you are irrelevant. You've grown far beyond their assumptions. Can you feel it? The shift, the undeniable growth within you that no longer fits into their boxes. Your transformation has surpassed their comprehension, forcing them to confront the truth of who you've become. David's story reflects this kind of transformation. When Samuel came to anoint the next king of Israel, David's own father didn't even consider him. Jesse presented all his older sons, leaving David out in the fields, unseen and dismissed. But God saw David's heart and chose him over everyone else. In 1 Samuel 16:7, the Lord said, "The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Later, when David faced Goliath, the same people who dismissed him were forced to see his courage and power. Your journey is no different. The world has tried to label you, misunderstand you, and limit you based on their own shallow perceptions. But God has been working behind the scenes, preparing a transformation so profound that it will demand a reintroduction. What if the labels they placed on you were never about you, but about their inability to see the greatness within you? Isaiah 43:18, 2-19 speaks to this transformation. "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Your reboot isn't about erasing who you were. It's about revealing who you've always been. God has reset the narrative, and the mistakes, misunderstandings, and false assumptions that once defined you are no longer relevant. Every rejection, every moment you were overlooked, and every false label has been stripped away to make room for the powerful version of you God has been shaping. This isn't just about proving others wrong. It's about stepping fully into the light of who God created you to be. Matthew 5:14-16 declares, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." Your light can no longer be hidden. This reboot is bringing it to the forefront, and the world will no longer be able to deny the brilliance of God's work in your life. What they thought they knew about you will crumble. The world will no longer see you as the sum of your past mistakes or limited by their narrow views. Instead, they will see the version of you that is bold, purposeful, and fully aligned with God's calling. Have you noticed how the doubts and dismissals of others have become fuel for your growth? This reboot isn't just a personal transformation, it's a public revelation. The world must reintroduce itself to you because you're no longer the person they once knew. The light within you is shining brighter, illuminating the truth of who you are. Their outdated assumptions can no longer hold you, and their limited views can no longer define you. Chosen one, are you ready to step into this new season with boldness and confidence? This is your moment to embrace the fullness of your calling, to leave behind the old narratives, and to walk unapologetically into the purpose God has prepared for you. Let them recalibrate their perceptions. Let them see the undeniable evidence of God's transformative power in your life. This is your time. The world isn't ready, but you are. Number 12. The bad in you was always good, misunderstood. Chosen. 1. Have you ever looked at the traits in yourself that others labeled as bad and wondered if they were misunderstood? The boldness, the defiance, the intensity you carried, they weren't flaws or mistakes. They were seeds of greatness waiting to find their purpose. The qualities that made you feel like an outcast or made you question if you were doing life the right way weren't barriers to your success. What if they were gifts waiting for divine alignment? You weren't born to blend in or follow quietly. You were created to stand out, challenge norms, and disrupt the status quo. Those bold moments, the times you spoke up when others stayed silent, or pushed boundaries when conformity felt safer, weren't random acts of rebellion. They were signs of something bigger stirring inside of you. What if the fire within you wasn't too much, but exactly enough for the purpose God has prepared for you? Consider Paul, one of the greatest apostles in the Bible. Before his transformation, Paul, then Saul, was a fierce persecutor of Christians, driven by zeal and intensity. Yet God didn't erase Paul's boldness when he called him. He redirected it. The very traits that seemed destructive became the fuel for Paul's divine purpose. Your boldness, too, is not a flaw. It's a feature of your design, waiting to be refined. The world might have called you too much, but God calls you just enough. That defiance you once questioned wasn't about fighting for no reason. It was about fighting for your truth, your identity, and your destiny. The intensity you carried wasn't something to suppress. It was a fire God planted in you to burn away what doesn't serve your higher purpose. Have you ever considered that the qualities you once tried to hide are the very ones God will use to propel you forward? This reboot isn't about changing who you are, it's about stepping into the fullness of who you've always been. The parts of you that were misunderstood, the boldness, the passion, the refusal to conform, are now being aligned with divine purpose. They aren't being erased, they're being refined. The fire in you is no longer destructive, it's focused. The boldness you carried is no longer scattered, it's purposeful. The world didn't know how to handle your greatness because it wasn't ready for it. But now, through this divine realignment, everything is falling into place. God didn't create you to fit into the world's mold. He created you to break it. Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." You weren't meant to blend into a limited vision of what you could be. You were designed to embrace the limitless power God has placed within you. You are not who they thought you were, and you are no longer who you used to be. This reboot isn't a small tweak, it's a complete transformation. Your bad traits weren't bad at all. They were misunderstood power waiting to be unleashed. What if everything you've been through was preparing you for this moment? Philippians 1:6 assures us, "Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus." Every challenge you faced was a step in the process, leading you to this point. As you step into this new season, don't look back. The doubts, the struggles, the setbacks, they were never meant to define you. They only refined you for what's ahead. God is taking everything the world misunderstood about you and turning it into unstoppable purpose. Now, as you emerge, the world will have to recalibrate its view of you. You're not just bold or unapologetic, you're divinely unstoppable. Your past is no longer the story. This reboot is your permission slip to leave behind the limitations others placed on you and embrace the fullness of your calling. Are you ready to step into this limitless version of yourself? Isaiah 61 calls out, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Your light is no longer hidden. It's time to let it shine. Chosen 1. Your transformation is here. The bad in you was never bad. It was always good, waiting to be understood. Now, it's time to show the world who you truly are. You are not just enough. You are extraordinary. Let them see it. Let them feel it. Let them witness the unstoppable force God has made you to be. Chosen one, what's unfolding now is a legacy that will outlive your doubts, your fears, and anyone who ever questioned your power. You are stepping into a season where every ounce of who you are, the fire, the defiance, the passion, is being aligned for something extraordinary. This transformation isn't just for you, it's for those around you, for generations yet to come, and for the greater purpose that God has uniquely placed in your life. Thank you for being here, for taking the time to listen, reflect, and open your heart to the message. Your presence is not a coincidence. It's a divine appointment. Every like, every share, every moment you spend engaging with this content is part of your journey toward alignment and transformation. You are not just a viewer or listener. You are part of a community of chosen ones who are rising together, breaking barriers, and stepping boldly into God's calling. May God's favor rest upon you in everything you do. May He fill your heart with peace that surpasses all understanding, even in the face of challenges. May His wisdom guide your steps as you navigate this new season of purpose. Let His light shine so brightly in your life that it not only illuminates your path, but also inspires and uplifts everyone you encounter. You are chosen for greatness, and no obstacle, no setback, and no doubt can stand in the way of God's plan for your life. Philippians 4:13 reminds us, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Hold on to that truth as you step forward boldly into your reboot, knowing that you are empowered by divine strength and guided by a purpose greater than yourself. If this message has resonated with you, if you feel the stirring in your spirit and know that your reboot is here, don't keep this to yourself. Hit the like button to mark this moment of transformation in your journey. Share this message with someone who needs it, because you never know how your encouragement could spark their own breakthrough. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel to stay connected to what's coming next. This isn't just about updates, it's about staying rooted in a community that is growing, rising, and transforming together. By subscribing, you're not just receiving content, you're affirming your commitment to the path God is leading you on. There are greater insights, deeper revelations, and powerful moments of alignment ahead, and you won't want to miss them. As you go forward, may God continue to bless you abundantly. May He open doors you never thought possible and close doors that no longer serve His purpose in your life. May He surround you with His love, shield you with His protection, and empower you to walk boldly into the destiny He has prepared for you. Chosen one, this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. Walk forward with courage, confidence, and faith, knowing that you are exactly who God created you to be.